All right, we have a question here from David Smith. Can you discuss your thoughts on the recent news of a little girl getting raped in Idaho by Sudan immigrants? Okay, so I checked out the story. And yeah, it's real. This is the kind of crap. This is exactly why we need Trump as president. Okay, we cannot have these refugees of other countries or immigrants from other places, immigrants from Muslim countries. We cannot have them coming over here. Who knows the kind of crime they're going to commit. This is exactly why we need to build the wall. It's not only Muslim people, immigrants that we need to worry about. Okay? And no, before you say I'm against all Muslims, no. I'm not saying all Muslims are bad or anything. I'm just saying...
Not all!
There's this backwards mentality and this radical Muslim culture that is infesting America. We need to be vigilant against this threat. And they're coming in under the guise of refugees. They're coming in as immigrants. We need to just put a stop to this and say, no, we're good. We don't need any more of those people. Thank you very much. You find somewhere else to go. Okay? That might seem harsh to some people, but look, it's about self-preservation as individuals, but also as a nation. We need to look into the being self-preservation. We have a right here as Americans to protect ourselves and put our own interests first. That's what I'm saying. That's what Trump is saying. That's important. Duh. That should be obvious to everyone. And, so build the wall. And it's also about the Mexican immigrants coming in. They are doing a lot of crimes. Trump was right when he was saying that the Mexicans coming in, they're rapists, they're drug people, they're doing a lot of crimes.
Not all!
Now, not all of them. Duh. We're not saying all, but a lot of them. In fact, a disproportionate number of them do rape. Their statistics, they found out that a lot of the Mexicans coming over the border, a lot of the girl Mexicans get raped by the male Mexicans as they're coming over the border, as they're, migrating up into America, becoming, illegally. A lot of those girls get raped. A huge portion of them. Look it up.
As many as 80% of Central American women and girls are raped crossing Mexico on their way to the U.S. That's according to a video report from Fusion. The threat of sexual abuse is so high, women are taking contraceptives before the journey.
So anyways, yeah, back to this thing. This is sick. This is disgusting. Yes, these refugees, we cannot trust them. We cannot trust them. You're going to find more of this crime that they're committing because they're from a backwards culture.
After the San Bernardino attacks, we were off the next week, but I heard all over TV everybody was saying, if only Americans knew more about Islam, they wouldn't be so afraid. Actually, it's the reverse.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but the more you know, the more you would be afraid.
Consider this. Okay, this news story should tell you we're just getting a little taste of what Europe has already gotten, what they're going through right now. Girls are getting raped left and right over there. Left and right. And the Muslims are pushing to have child marriages over there in Europe. And this is what I'm telling you. They're a backwards culture. They don't have the good morality like the American virtuous system here. We have the virtues. We can stand and say we're the best. We have a better morality as a government, as a nation, than these other nations. They're not morally up to par with us.
Recognize the West is the best. I want more. This is, I will admit, pretty offensive. I'm a Western chauvinist. I've lived all over the world. I know a lot about other cultures, and I know how much they suck shit. Okay? Multiculturalism reeks.
And so you're going to see more and more of this as these refugees coming in here, especially if Hillary Clinton gets elected president, because she wants to just let them come in more and more and more. Hillary, look at her immigration policy. She is for the refugees coming in. That's what she's for. So if you want more of these kind of little girls getting raped, if you want little girls to get raped, vote for Hillary Clinton, because that's exactly what would happen under a Hillary Clinton presidency. You'd have more girls getting raped. So vote Trump, okay? Build the wall. Enough of these refugees. Enough of it. Enough. We can live forever, but part of the live forever strategy is to vote for Trump. Trump is the leader that is more about protecting us. How many times do I have to say it? It's like protection, survival. That's Trump. Trump is for protecting us, protecting our way of life, protecting the beauty of of being an American. Consider everything, how beautiful it is to be and how blessed we are to have this nation where we're like so forward thinking. We're so, look at our morality. Look at our justice system, how amazing it is. Look at everything here. We have protection. We have the police. We have this amazing system here where you generally feel pretty safe. I can walk outside at 2 o'clock in the morning and I don't really feel a threat. But if I don't feel like I'd feel that way in Europe right now. I feel like if I was in Europe where all these Muslim ghettos are, I would feel endangered to go out. Like I could be stabbed and shanked and killed. This is the danger of what's happening with these refugees. So, this news story of this little girl getting raped, this should be a warning. A warning. We need to heed the warning and vote Trump and never Hillary. Thank you very much. Thank you for the question too.
Hi, I'm Ingrid Carlqvist for the Gatestone Institute. Once upon a time, there was a safe welfare state called Sweden. This beautiful part of Sweden that we call Skåne is where my forefathers lived as long back as I have been able to research, the beginning of the 18th century. Now, Sweden has turned into Absurdistan, a country that has one of the highest number of reported rapes in the world. Hundreds of so-called exclusion areas, more than 55 no-go zones where police and ambulance get stoned, and Sharia law is becoming more important than Swedish law. Once upon a time, people rarely locked their doors in this area. Now, this country is a night watchman state. Each man is on his own. Last year, 163,000 asylum seekers came to Sweden, and even though we have since then introduced border controls, the prognosis is that somewhere between 70,000 and 140,000 will come this year. To a country with a total population of 9.5 million. In November last year, I interviewed salesmen from several security companies. They all said that there is a really high demand for alarm systems right now. One of them said, "It is largely due to the turbulence we are seeing around the country. People have lost confidence in the state. The police will not come anymore." One of the things that Swedes are most scared of is rape. Even though it's forbidden to keep statistics on the rapist's ethnic background or religion, we know who is behind the near 1,500% increase of rapes in Sweden. Almost every day we can read in the so-called alternative media about rapes against Swedish women and girls committed by asylum seekers or other migrants from the third world. Up until a few decades ago, no one had heard about gang rape. Now it happens every week. This has of course been going on for many years, but the Swedes have been so brainwashed by the government and the mainstream media that no one has protested about the rape on Sweden. But that has all changed. These days, no one can escape the horrible realities. Just a couple of miles from here is a little village that used to have 900 inhabitants. But last year, the authorities placed 400 asylum seekers in that little village. That means that almost half of the total population is now people from Somalia, Eritrea, Afghanistan and Syria. It's really turned the whole village upside down. I have talked to people who live and work around there. At first, they were happy to welcome people to their part of the world. They arranged lunches and Christmas celebrations and donated clothing to the migrants. Now, many of the locals are afraid and confused. With tears in their eyes, they tell me how their friendly village has been totally transformed by these young, aggressive male asylum seekers. The asylum seekers scream at the locals, call the women whores, they steal from the shops, and don't seem at all grateful or happy to be here. Many wonder what these asylum seekers expected when they arrived in Sweden. Daily Svenska Dagbladet interviewed Salar from Iraq, who complained, "We can't sit here and wait for the decision on residence permit indefinitely. We sit at the asylum house all day long and do nothing. Our children have nothing to do, there is no playground here. And the food that is served here is strange. It doesn't at all look like the food we are used to." Salar is not alone. Actually, more people are going back to Iraq now than coming here. This year, 1,243 have applied for asylum and 1,366 have taken the application back. But that is just a drop in the ocean. The people here, they wonder if peace will ever come back to this place. This is Ingrid Carlqvist for the Gatestone Institute.